She tried to burn me alive for insurance money, but I remembered everything. They say betrayal burns worse than fire. I learned that literally. This isn't just a story about survival. It's about deception, calculated murder, and a man who refused to die quietly. My name is Marcus Holt. I used to be a fire marshal. Tough hands, tougher reputation. But no amount of fire training prepares you for discovering the person you love most tried to kill you while you slept. Let me take you back. The first thing I noticed wasn't the hospital smell or the bandages around my hands. It was Lorraine's fingernails. Deep plum polish glinting under the ICU lights, as she clutched my hand like she was my savior. "Thank God you're alive," she whispered. But her other hand was busy tapping on her phone, and her eyes never quite met mine. My throat was raw, each breath scraped like smoke and ash. A gas leak, they said. Faulty valve. Ignited while I slept. That's what the doctors claimed. But I remembered something else. I remembered a voice in the haze. I remembered Lorraine standing in the doorway of our kitchen that night, and saying, "Do it." 3 weeks earlier life seemed normal. I was 44 working cases in East River Parish. 9 years married to Lorraine, a second-grade teacher with a honey-sweet voice and a habit of leaving her phone face down. No kids, no scandals, just routine. But the cracks were showing. Late-night texts. Trips to her aunt's house in Monroe that didn't make sense. Her auntie, Dora, runs a candle business and barely uses a smartphone. So why did Lorraine suddenly need to help her digitize documents? Then I found it. A burner phone tucked in her hair supply box under the bathroom sink. 3 message threads. All with someone saved as Holly. "Soon the papers are ready. Annie says the insurance will be active next month. We're almost there." That night I confronted her. "Who's Holly?" She hesitated, tried to spin it into family drama. "My cousin's going through something." But I showed her the phone. Her tears came fast, but something about them felt forced. Practice. Later she brought me chamomile tea like nothing happened. I drank it. That was my mistake. I woke up 3 days later in the hospital. Burned hands. Bandaged arms. Tube in my throat. Derek Lewis, my former trainee turned department lead, stood at my bedside. "You're lucky I got there, Marcus. You were on the kitchen floor." Another 5 minutes. He didn't finish. But I remembered the fire. I remembered standing at the stove. Lorraine behind me. I remembered her voice. Soft, commanding. "Do it." Doctors called it a hallucination. But when I asked Nurse Kelly if I was unconscious when I arrived, she said something strange. "You kept mumbling about matches," she said. "Oh, and your wife. She asked about your insurance policy before you even woke up." That chilled me more than the burns. The burns were too focused. Not random. Not like I'd stumbled around half asleep. These were defensive, palms, fingers, grip burns. Like I'd been trying to stop something. Back home, Lorraine pretended everything was fine. She even repainted the kitchen. Brand new tile. New gas range. Said she wanted a fresh start. But something about her smile, while she painted her nails purple at the breakfast bar, made my stomach twist. That night I searched the house. Receipts from hotels in New Orleans. Charges for lingerie. Steak dinners. A new safe deposit key labeled Southern Reserve Trust. The next day, she claimed she needed to help her aunt again. I waited until she left, then got to work. I installed hidden cameras. Voice recorders. GPS trackers. If I was crazy, I was going to prove it one way or another. Thursday night. Derek came to the house. From the bedroom, I listened through the earpiece. "Derek. You sure he's knocked out?" Lorraine, laughing. "He drank the tea. He won't wake up." Derek. "We just need the final check to clear. After that, we move the money." Lorraine. 6 more months, baby. Then it's all us." Then Derek asked, "What if he remembers?" Lorraine paused. We speeded up. Another accident. No mistakes this time. I felt ice in my veins. But I didn't move. I documented everything. I found forged documents, bank wires, fake IDs. Even audio of Lorraine's father, Charles Weller, coaching them through the entire murder for insurance plan. Charles's voice was cold and calculated. He takes the painkillers. You grieve. Simple. I needed more than justice. I needed them ruined. Using Lorraine's phone, I lured Derek to the abandoned training house on Ridgewater Road. Meet me. I need you, I texted. When he arrived, all swagger, I stepped from the dark with a flashlight and a heated wrench. Where's Lorraine? She's not coming, I said. The fight was short. My rage was older and stronger than his youth. I pinned him, branded a W onto his wrist with the wrench. That's for Weller, I said. So you remember who orchestrated this with you? That night, Lorraine whispered to someone over the phone. We do this without Derek, she said. Too messy now. We just need a week. The pills'll work. She didn't know I'd never taken them. Kept everyone. I brought the bottle to my doctor, Dr. Reeves. He scanned the pills and turned pale. Marcus, these aren't sedatives. This is fentanyl. Enough to kill you. I made my move. Gave everything to Detective Priya Gaines. Audio, screenshots, statements. You want them behind bars or something more? She asked. I said nothing. Just handed her the last recording. I waited for Lorraine to come home. Sat quietly at the dining table. Set the voice recorder on the counter. We need to talk, I said. About Derek. About Charles. About murder. She froze. Tried to lie. Then cried. Real tears this time. I was desperate, she whispered. Derek promised we'd be rich. My father, he made it all seem like a way out. I didn't mean for it to go so far. I called Derek. Put him on speaker. He folded fast. She dragged me in, Marcus. I didn't want to. You made your choice, I said. Both of you did. The next morning, police arrested Lorraine, Derek, and Charles. Quietly. No reporters. No sirens. Just cold justice. I left the city the next day. Packed a single bag. Drove west to Texas. Found a quiet fire station job outside Fort Worth. Started over. Lorraine pled guilty to attempted murder and fraud. Got 12 years. Derek got 5. Charles died in prison, a stroke, they said. Fitting. A year later I got a letter from her. You were the only good thing in my life. Sorry. I lost everything trying to have more. I read it once, then burned it in my fireplace. I don't tell this story for pity. I tell it because sometimes the people who promise to love you will set fire to your world if it benefits them. Trust your instincts. And when the smoke clears, remember everything. Thanks for listening. If this story moved you, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more real raw stories every day. You're not alone in the fire.